The arrival. The story begins in a small, remote village surrounded by dense forests. The villagers are simple, living quiet lives, but they are deeply superstitious and fearful of the unknown. A young man named Muji arrives in the village, searching for a place to stay. The villagers are hesitant to offer him shelter, but an elderly woman named Amma takes pity on him and allows him to stay in her small, isolated house at the edge of the village. As Muji settles in for the night, strange noises echo from the forest. Amma warns him not to go out after dark, but Muji is curious. He steps outside and sees a dark figure lurking in the shadows. The haunting. The story delves deeper into the eerie atmosphere of the village and the surrounding forest. The villagers avoid the forest at all costs, and Muji begins to understand why. Muji starts experiencing strange occurrences at Amma's house, objects moving on their own, whispers in the wind, and disturbing dreams. The villagers tell Muji about a curse that haunts the village, a curse connected to the forest, and a mysterious figure known as the Dark One. One night, Muji wakes up to find himself in the forest with no memory of how he got there. The dark figure approaches him, whispering his name, the curse. The village's dark history is revealed. The forest was once home to a powerful witch who cursed the villagers before her death. Since then, the curse has plagued the village, claiming victims every few years. Plot. Muji learns that the curse can be broken, but only by someone who is willing to confront the Dark One in the heart of the forest. The villagers are too afraid, but Muji, feeling a strange connection to the curse, decides to take on the task. Ending hook. As Muji prepares to enter the forest, Amma gives him a strange old amulet, saying it's the only thing that can protect him. The forest. The dense, eerie forest is the primary setting for this part. The trees seem to close in on Muji, and the air is thick with the presence of unseen entities. Muji ventures into the forest, facing terrifying visions and encounters with the spirits of the cursed villagers. The Dark One begins to torment him, trying to break his will and force him to abandon his quest. Muji reaches the center of the forest, where he finds an ancient, crumbling shrine. The Dark One appears, revealing its true form, a twisted, monstrous version of Muji himself. The confrontation. The shrine at the center of the forest, surrounded by an unnatural darkness. Plot. Muji faces the Dark One in a battle of wills. The Dark One reveals that it is a manifestation of the curse, feeding on the fear and suffering of the villagers. Muji must overcome his deepest fears and insecurities to weaken the Dark One. Just as Muji is about to be consumed by the Dark One, he remembers the amulet Amma gave him. He uses it to weaken the Dark One, but the victory comes at a great cost. Muji's soul begins to merge with the Dark One. The sacrifice. The story concludes in the forest, with Muji standing at the shrine, teetering on the edge of darkness. Muji realizes that to break the curse, he must sacrifice himself. He uses the last of his strength to destroy the Dark One, knowing that this will also end his life. The forest begins to collapse around him, as the curse is lifted and the spirits of the cursed villagers are finally freed. Ending. Muji's sacrifice saves the village, but at the cost of his life. The villagers, now freed from the curse, honor his memory by restoring the shrine and ensuring that Muji's story is never forgotten. The final scene shows Amma placing a flower at the restored shrine, whispering a prayer for Muji's soul.